Hello everybody, welcome back once more to the 4-digit Mania World Cup. This is the final match of the semi-final stage. It's the United States of America against China. Quite the classic matchup already. And for this excitement we need a duo of commentators, of course. My name is Juan Cristal, casting this match alongside no other than the mashed potato.
Hello there. Thank you for the introduction, Juan. Yeah, I mean this matchup, US versus China, in all game modes, is a classical matchup between these two countries at all levels, at all game modes.
It really is. There are two teams, or rather two countries, that have such big player bases that it always seems unavoidable that every tournament that features countries will eventually see a US versus China matchup. And this is no exception. This is the losers bracket semifinals, albeit not the stage where you will normally see these two teams facing against each other. You see United States being seed number 4 down here in the losers bracket. This early is a bit interesting for sure. And China, of course, they got the short end of the stick. They unfortunately had to face against Vietnam last week, so they are looking unstoppable.
Yeah, they are looking a bit unstoppable. They just beat the Philippines 6-1 in the match earlier today. So I don't know what's stopping them at this point.
I'm not even sure if this will be something that stops them.
I don't even know. But we're already going to the protects, I think. Yeah, no, they're already rolling. No warm-ups.
Yeah, that would seem like the case. The United States, I'm not sure if they are like protecting SB2 or they are or China has to like protect first. I'm unsure.
I mean, it's pretty reasonable to say USA is going to protect SV2, right? They have probably one of the strongest SV lineup in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, and China historically has been a team that struggles with SVs, so if SV2 is getting protected, SV1 is getting banned for sure by China. They will be getting their protect here, and I'm not really sure what they would go for. I want to say a land, maybe. Yep, there it is.
Oh, right on the body.
And then immediately SV1. Yep. No surprises there.
Yeah.
Everything had time to say goodbye, man, right now? I feel like you guys could go for it.
Yeah, one of the Ellens is going off. I really hope it's not Ellen 2 or Ellen 3 though. I want to see them live.
Oh, they're banning Idol, huh? Alright.
Oh, alright.
I believe they banned this as well last match, right? Against Thailand. So a bit of consistency in terms of their banning strategy between these two matchups they had to play on the losers bracket. So they're leaving the front row, I guess, of the LN department open, LN1, LN2, LN3.
And LN5, which is protected. Also, I think now this is the last match, right? And SV1 has not been played at all.
We cry.
Average SV map. Not getting any picks. No love for SVs. This is so sad.
It's kind of funny because I feel speculation is a bit easier than 5F. So
I think it's the other way. I think 5F is actually a bit easier. I don't know. I'm very comfortable with the song. I listened to the song quite a lot of times.
Like, to be fair, 5F is just like very gimmicky and easy to, like, not necessarily easy to learn, but like it's something that you just have to learn. Speculation, I feel, is something that you have to learn how to read, so it's more prone to mistakes.
Yeah, I think so. So I think teams that are stronger in SV probably prefer SV2 in most of the cases as well. They tend to protect SV2 more than SV1.
Alright, seems like we are gonna go into jump stream here with Mama as the first choice here by the United States. After protecting the SVs, they're gonna leave that open for later, and instead they will develop their strategy on the Rise department. This song is just a banger. I cannot believe how good this plays.
Oh, it's such a good map and song as well. Though this is like, I'm kind of surprised, kind of like seeing, having like a skill-specific orientated map in this map pool. I think for the past couple of map pools, there hasn't been a lot of the Rise maps that's like focusing on one specific skill set. This one's kind of like the exception of the tournament so far, right?
So far, yes. At least in the Rise department, this has certainly been an exception to the rule. And I feel we went over this on the showcase as well, that we felt that the whole Rise pool as a whole, like, didn't really have enough jump stream in it. Like in the past, we had many maps that had some jump stream elements, and we were fine with that. But this time we were lacking a little bit, and instead we decided to go, well, let's just go for a straight up stamina accuracy jump stream map to compensate for the lack of jump stream on the rest of the maps.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good pick as well. It's hard. It's like fast enough, and also it's just long. It's 3 minutes 30 seconds, just 236 BPM jump stream with some hand stream in between as well. And the Rise lineup for the US is kind of expected. Tunos, Z2A, Charlie. I'm not too sure about the Chinese Rise lineup though. I'm not really too familiar with any of the players here, unfortunately.
I feel this is like the classic lineup we saw China deploying for Rise. FM777 at least is someone I see often in this kind of picks.
And of course the classic.
Yeah, the classic. You never get out of the classic.
Yeah.
It seems like we have the classic as well Chinese connection problem.
Yeah, it's one of the things that you have to get used to, unfortunately.
All right, everybody's starting to sing up, and there we go. Let me listen to this banger already. First map of the matchup here, selected by the United States. It is Rise to Mama.
What a way to start this match, actually. And so off the bat, you can see the US comfortability on the Rise patterning right now. 99.81 is the lowest accuracy in the US side.
I mean, this is just your classical tunnel vision accuracy map. That is a client drop. Don't panic.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a miss client by Set2A. Although Set2A has struggled in the past, I feel, on this pool. So I believe that will be the player to watch in the United States.
Yeah, but I think this is kind of more like you're too focused on accuracy, and then you just get like a miss. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that wouldn't be an ideal way to start a matchup for the United States.
No, certainly not. But we can focus on the rest of the players, though. Tunos doing Tunnel's thing, the main player of this lineup, 99.88, and he missed. Perfect.
I'm a bit, I'm a bit scared about this because by now the player should have recovered on the client side. So
yeah,
we may see another miraculous like revival by Set2A at some point. But I mean, for now, China's just gonna win this.
Yeah, China's definitely winning this 2v3. Not a single chance to win against this. But actually though, the accuracy for the Chinese team is not too bad with Classic and FM holding full combos right now. Decent accuracy as well.
It's only that Hitachi Mako is struggling a little bit on the accuracy department by a fair margin as well. They're almost a full % behind the top accuracy here. And that's a bit unfortunate for the US, really, considering they are 2v3ing this.
Like, yeah, I mean, we could just.
If it was an SV map, they could win, I think.
But yeah, if it's an SV
map, yeah. I don't think they can.
Though there's still protocols for, I think, for referees. If it's just a disconnect or like just internet issues, then they can still submit the score after the match has been played. They can send the screenshot that they actually have submitted their scores. But if it's like a game like just closing on them, then there's not much you can do about that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's one of those days where something gone wrong. You just have to kind of push it aside, move on, and continue with your pick, and do not let it get into your head. That's the last thing you want it to happen if you're in the US side.
It seems the US is claiming that he's still in game, apparently. but his Wi-Fi is not working properly. So we get to see that at the end of it. Oh, there is the disconnect.
There's the disconnect, yeah. But I think that's fine then if he's a disconnect. I'm not too sure about the referee protocols too much, but I think that's the case. And we're going to be seeing a double FC from China, actually. Just a bit of a third player syndrome coming in from Hitachi Mako. But decent score from the Chinese team.
At the end of the day, the score did not submit, it seems, by set 2A.
Oh, the score did not submit. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
As it stands right now, this would be a victory for China, but we'll have to see if there is any other sort of thing that happens on the background that we are not aware of.
Yeah. So Tunos with a pretty disgusting accuracy, 99.78 on that with just one miss in free 200s. That's kind of rough. With that aside, as of right now, we're still waiting for decisions, but it is 1-0 for the Chinese team, and I'm pretty sure they're just gonna pick one of the islands. Not sure which one is it, but it's definitely gonna be one of the islands. That's for sure. Well, apparently it looks like they're asking for saying screenshots, but yeah, we'll be updating the situation to you guys as things goes.
It seems like he doesn't have a score there, so I believe this is pretty much already decided that this was a victory for China.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but yeah, they're picking LN1 now. Okay, so let's just. I think we're just moving on to after that. Hopefully, something like that doesn't happen again. And yeah, it's going to be for Talis. I think this is gonna be the easiest LN pick of them all. I think this is the easiest one in my opinion.
I believe the DC was around, what was it? It felt like it was over 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure it was. But in any case, this is the ref call, so I believe they may be rechecking the stream or the bot just in case to make this fair.
Yeah, we do have Albion right now on checking within the client, so we'll be waiting for Albion to make a decision as well. But for now, I think we're just gonna be waiting for a decision. What's your thought on China picking LN1 though? I think that's what they're gonna be picking.
Seems like the Chinese are.
Yeah,
obviously,
I think
the problem is that it's a bit late for them on the country, so they kind of want to rush things out as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that's why they didn't have any warm up to begin with. Hopefully this gets sorted ASAP, but from the looks of it, yeah, LN1. Assuming things continue to go this way.
So, I mean, if this is redone, then I imagine this would be a victory for the United States. Like, it felt like they were on control of the match for the most part.
Oh yeah,
They
no,
only
that's for
they
sure.
only needed a 931k on this. And I will actually like to check. This was played last match, I'm pretty sure, by the United States. So we can check set 2A score on it.
I can definitely do that, but I'm pretty sure if this continued, if like Zeto did disconnect, it's 99%, actually 100% sure that it would probably go to the US side.
Okay, Mama was not picked last match, so we cannot check.
Okay, well that's a bit rough.
I believe they got banned, like the match got banned.
No, they did not get banned, just didn't get picked either.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the bans were Rice 5,
SV1 from Thailand, and
Yeah.
US obviously banned Ellen. Okay, and looks like LN1 has been picked. So yeah, we're continuing to the next pick right now.
All right, then that's 1-0 for China. They get a breakpoint in a, like, not the best of the ways, but I mean, it's something. They have to take it.
Yeah, it is something, you know? You know, I did say this before, it's, you know, part of life. You just gotta move on and not like, well, cry over about it.
I believe the official reasoning behind it is that map was already over 30 seconds. If we check the MP link as well, set 2A disconnection happened like right as the map completed. So that probably means they lost connection to the OS like website or like client in general. And they only got notice to that after the map was over, like server-wise. But regardless of that, match must go on. Here's pick number 2, now made by China. It is long no white, knock no 1 Portalize.
Yeah, and China just have a complete team reset right here. None of the players we seen in the previous map is in this lineup.
None at all, that's true. And on the side of the United States, I believe Sky is joining here for set 2A.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Tunnels played last time either.
The Tunnel did play last time, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. I mean, look at his accuracy. I'm not sure moving him out of the lineup is a good idea.
Definitely no. Now we see a miss here by LLKKM on the Chinese side, but it gets immediately traded by Sky, the lowest accuracy in the United States here. And the map's starting to equalize a little bit. Accuracy-wise, I believe China may have a slight edge. So maybe once they reach the combo cap, they may be able to snitch this lead off of the United States here, and it's starting to flicker. 400 points seems to be the line that defines the difference between these two teams, now in favor of the United States, but so slightly so.
Yeah, I think it's the difference between LKM and Sky that is making the difference right now. But it's still incredibly close. We're down to 100 points difference. Oh my god, it's actually, yeah, it's around 100 to 200 points difference right now between these two teams.
It is going back and forth on this release-ish kind of section. Some accuracy is being traded by both sides all the time. Tonos, I think, is the one that got the greatest hit off of that section. And China starts to recover this and get into the lead. But the US will not let down this quickly. They will still hold on through their combos here, and that's pretty much what they need. Accuracy-wise, things are getting a little bit more equal as the Chinese top scores are getting down. And now Kirchhoff finds a miss there. That will give a huge cost, like a huge amount of points for the United States. A bit of a cushion there for them to chill a little bit. Now they really just need to hold their combos. Accuracy almost no matter. Now another miss from the Chinese side. That's probably gonna be it with barely any map remaining.
Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin. Well, Charlie did trade out a bit, but they need one more miss. They need one more miss.
Is enough? Oh, yeah. Kirchhoff traced it though. Kirchhoff traced it at the end. That seals it. I'm not sure if that was enough time, but with a miss at the very end. Oh.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. One can only imagine what would happen if Kirchhoff didn't miss, but that is an alternate reality, and that didn't happen. And the US got back the points, and now it's tied 1-1. It was relatively close. Actually, no, it was really close. I don't think it went over 10,000 points at any point throughout
No,
this
I
match.
don't think so either. It was mostly off the back of the accuracy here by Sky. They also found the miss, and they were dragging the United States average a little bit down, but thankfully, Tonos and Charlie were performing very, very well. The ending miss there by Charlie, spooking us a little bit. Had that been a little bit earlier, then maybe China had enough time because the accuracies were overall a bit superior. So
Yeah,
I'm
but-
imagining China going for this LN trend despite them losing their first leg.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely continue to go with it. And now we're going to be seeing Rice 1. I think this is like a bit of a more of a dumpy pick.
For sure,
Standard
it's
dump
a,
pick, yeah.
it's a bit easier than the rest of the Rise, I believe, but
Yeah.
I think it's more on the accuracy, and also you really need to not choke.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's
because
this
it's
length
such
of
a
the
short
map.
map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. A miss is probably like enough to deduct like 10,000 points straight away. 10,000, 15,000 points. It's that brutal.
So now we're getting the official message confirmation of, in regards to the first pick here, it was 33 seconds on the stream at least where the disconnection happened. And that's 3 seconds over the mark, 10% over the mark.
that's
It's very, very tricky and very unfortunate.
that's very unfortunate. But you know, looking on the bright side, the US did get their points back, and now they're tied 1-1. So consider this a reset. You know, it's just
At
a
least
BO9
I'm just
now.
hoping that Set to Ace connection now is stable because he's back now into the thing. Oh no, I'm not gonna repeat that number, Kami. I know what you mean. Of course it was 33. 33. The Spanish community, man.
Spanish community can't relate. Oh,
It's like me with the
okay.
sevens. As we
the sevens,
start
yeah.
out of the gates here, I believe Set to Ace struggling a little bit in accuracy, and now they
Oh
miss.
yeah, now that is a huge drop rate out there, down to like the low 99s. Tunos and Charlie doing their part right now, getting really good accuracy, offsetting a
looking-
bit off the Chinese team score, but yeah, not looking so good for the US right now.
It is looking quite similar to LN1 here because we see the same pattern. Now a Chinese miss will jump the lead right on the other side. Red team now on the lead, but two players on the United States doing well above average compared to everybody else, and then Setue or Sky dropping them down a little bit. But on the other side, China struggles to keep their composure and their combos here. Hitachi Mako struggling quite hard, as we saw on Rise 1 too, and Rise 2 rather. They are barely hanging in the 99% mark, and that's just giving the United States such a huge lead here.
I think it's already practically over. The third player syndrome, yeah, it starts to become such a big issue when it comes to the later stage, semifinals, finals, and grand finals. Maybe seeing the third player just struggling out a bit more, and that's gonna be the case for the Chinese team when it comes to Rice 1.
It's funny that I say that Setue is the one that struggles on the United States, but then we see the result screen and they only had 3 200s. And
Struggle, am I
Hitachi
right?
only had 8. So yeah, I mean, struggles at this stage are not really struggles, really. But compared to everybody else, they may be just ever so slightly. And in this case, we see two teams are very, very similar. The two-man roster on each side that is performing above average are doing well. And then they have a third player who's struggling a little bit. The thing is, the US player is struggling less than the third player on the Chinese team. And the two players in the United States that are playing above average are playing beyond average. Like, above, rather, even more so than the Chinese team. So like 2v2 matchup, US is doing better, and the 1v1 of the third player, they're also doing better.
Yeah, they're just outscoring in all fronts, and I think Tuno's score is practically one of the best, or I think the best score in Rise 1 we see this weekend so far.
Insane plays here on the Rise department by the United States. Now China needs to pick, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for just giant steps here. Like, considering they protected Seiren, I may see them picking time to say goodbye, although I think their physicality may be a problem for them. But again, they protected Saren, so the physicality
Yeah.
should be good enough to play Time to Say Goodbye if they can
I
play
want to
Saren.
see. I want to see LFG so badly. It's like
Have we not
chaos.
seen it the entire weekend? I don't recall
Maybe
Time to Say Goodbye.
no, I don't recall it. Yeah, I don't recall it. Maybe it did, but this for like
Yo,
today.
it's happening!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I guess it's time to say goodbye to the semifinals because.
Hotspot. Okay, do your analysis on this map.
I mean, do I have to? I guess I do. It's my map, yes. It's a rework, yes. It is very hard, yes. This is kind of the map that offsets the balance of the pool a little bit because this is on the edge of being too hard for the stage. But the thing is, the more you understand what this map is trying to do, once you understand the way that the Graces and the 3-1-4s play, it isn't that physically demanding. It doesn't have that many heavy anchors, and it doesn't have very long streams for the most part. So it's not as physically demanding. If you have your fingers light, then I feel this isn't as tricky to play. But of course, it's very, 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 very easy to miss. It requires so much coordination, especially one-handed coordination, which is something a lot of players struggles. So now with Sky joining the table here, and with a full team swap here by China, I believe only LLKKM is saying, and FM is also saying.
No. Yeah. It's literally they have like 3 separate players for Vice and 3 separate players for LNs, which is very interesting. Oh, I want to focus on Sky actually because he did struggle quite a lot in LN1, wasn't it? So we need, and this map is much harder than LN1 when it comes to the release.
Everyone on the US is struggling with the one-handed coordination there on the 1-3-3-4s.
I think I was like focusing on Sky, and then literally everyone but Sky missed.
Yep. They drop a lot of accuracy though, Sky that is, and now we see a bit of a freeze. The client is trying to call together, and there are no misses by China, both of them being client misses. And as the map goes on, it seems that the US is not too behind here, considering the amount of misses and the accuracy by Sky being a bit too low. What now? Well, I mean, I never seen this client working like. What is happening with LLKKM? What?
No. SV, it's like, you know how like the original map has SV? It's kind of like the SV just coming back in.
What just happened there? Is LLKKM playing? I feel they are. It's just the client. Oh, they're coming for an abort? No way.
No, it's too late for an abort, so... It's too late for an abort, so you can't do anything about it. Regardless though, actually, Toodles and Charlie managed to get their accuracy back to 995 and 9935. Yeah.
I like how the chat just popped up for a second. Interesting. I mean, I guess we just enjoyed the song now, right? Seems like LLKK is back playing? I don't know why they called for an award if they are now playing back. Like, it feels like they choked a little bit and decided to call for an award instead of continue playing.
Yeah, it could just be that, or like, some lag and then call for an award. One or the other, but that's unfortunate. I think China had an edge of this map as well, so it's very unfortunate. Because we can still see like Kirchhoff and FM777 are still holding a full combo, leading to the final chorus. Alright, here we go into the last chorus. Oh wait, sorry, no, my bad.
No, this is a solo. We're still missing the solo.
I am trolling. I love this. I love this song and the original map as well.
The song is great. Yep. I like how you were mentioning the Sky was like the player to watch, and he's the only FC on the United States.
Yeah, I know. This is so.
But watch out here. He gets it. He gets it. He's dropping a lot of 200s, but will he get the FC? It's 2 FCs on China, 1 FC on the United States. Yep.
Oh my god. The player to focus gets the full combo. but still the lowest score.
If it makes them feel a little bit better, I'm not actually sure. Like I feel that LLKKM just needed 500 and some 112,000 points extra, so they needed a 953k to win this map.
Yeah,
I
no,
reckon
because
they will have done it, right?
Yeah,
Actually,
I
the
think they
ratio's
would have
not
done
too
it.
good, but maybe.
Yeah, no, the ratio is actually, I think, a bit worse. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but the 200 count's actually kind of insane though. If you look at it, it's 16, and compared to Sky, that's 96. So like an 80 200 points, an 80 200 difference. So I think that could have done it for China, but unfortunately, can't do too much about it. And then banning Rise 5, yeah, I'm not too surprised about that. It's like this is Rise 5's the hardest map in my opinion, that is the hardest map in the Rise pool. And seeing how physically daunting the US team is, it's not a surprise.
I won't. I just hope they take long to pick because I just want to continue listening to the song.
Oh my god. The bias. Our commentating is not biased at all.
I'm not. I mean, I don't mind who wins. I just want to listen to this banger.
The map pool bias, that is.
Yeah. That seems more like it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Island 3. I've been waiting for Island 3 for so long. I've sat in this commentary booth for around 2 hours and a half, and I have yet to listen to Giant Steps.
Oh no.
Yeah. But it's fine, we can wait. And they're picking Rise 4. Oh no, the Nightcore mix.
Oh my god. This match so far has been a match for sure.
Yeah, it is a match. I wouldn't deny that. It's really a match.
We saw two unfortunate instances where play didn't have to, like, it wasn't about the place, it was about the context and the environment of play. So far, we could argue this match should have been 2-0 or something along those lines. I think overall, though, 3-1 is also a fair scoreline. Because yes, you have probably won the Rise pick when they got the DC, and China probably would have won the Olympic had they not, like, crashed.
DC. Yeah, so, you know, it's fair, it's even. We're back to, things are balanced as it's supposed to be. And now we're going to, from the best song of the map, the best song of the map pool, to probably one of my least favorite song of the map pool. I'm not the biggest fan of Nightcore Mix, in my opinion. It's a huge roller coaster from map picks to scores to everything that's been happening so far. Yeah, then the MP start command's been run by the referee, and we shall be getting to the 5th map of this match. Very favorite towards the US, yeah. Huh?
Imagine if this was the 5th map of the tournament. There will be so much tournament left.
Only if, but we're nearly at the end already.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think this is the last semi-finals matchup, and then we just have finals and grand finals. So we have like less than, like, we have single-digit matches remaining on the
we have like 6-7 matches left. Yeah, we only have 6-7 matches left.
Alright, let's see if China has what it takes to get their points back on break point in the right department, really. Meant to be, this is a map I could see them taking it. It's a map that is very easy to choke, and I'm of course looking at Set2A, who's now the lower accuracy on the United States here. But we have
the Chinese
to pay
team's actually doing really well,
Hitachi. Yeah, Hitachi Mako now needs to hold the combo considering Set2A drops. The Chinese is on the lead again. with half of the map still remaining, it comes down to whether Hitachi can hold the combo. They cannot. But it trades immediately before the break by set 2A. And China's now on a very comfortable lead, it seems. The two players, FM and Classic, are holding fairly respectable accuracies. They are both above Charlie and only slightly behind Tunnels. So accuracy-wise, China has the lead, and combo-wise, they're one combo break ahead.
Yeah, I think it's now all eyes on the third player. I think Classic and FM. It's just
I wouldn't be so sure. There's a miss now by Hitachi on the Jack transition. The one hands can be tricky, I think, for any player here. So we'll have to see.
That's a worst place to break, the transition, and about to go into 400 combo as well.
It was a pretty big accuracy choke as well. The United States on the lead, but set 2A drops on one of those bursts, and the Jack specifically. And the lead still not going the other way around, but it's starting to flicker, and the map is almost over. It's 368 points. The United States barely clutch it. Whoa, that came to the wire. That really came to the wire at the end. The misses by Hitachi Mako a bit too much, considering they were both drops and accuracy drops. And this was so insanely close. This edge that Tunnels provides to the United States, being the greatest accuracy on the lobby, certainly put to work here. Had they gotten a single more 200, it would have been over.
Yeah, that was close. Hitachi Mako did his best as well, outscoring Sky, but Tunnels was just there to rescue the US, and now we're going to the Protect. Makes sense. They are out to get into match point. If they did lose this point, US would be 5-1 up, so they might want to go with the Protect straight away. No, if China does lose like one more pick, they're basically gone because US still has the SV2.
They really cannot afford to lose their own picks at all, and they probably cannot afford to lose any more buys, as you said.
They're playing on sudden death.
Yeah,
they're playing on sudden death. Yeah. They have to win 4 points in a row. Like, I don't see any chances of China winning on SV, unfortunately. But this map, though, it's really is on its own level when it comes to LNs. This is like bordering on like final stage, like LN.
Yeah, it really is. This is so much more physically demanding than everything else in the pool. I feel on the LN department, obviously.
And now, hopefully we don't see any more technical shenanigans.
I mean, player to watch here, Sky, right? They're not being the best on the LN department, but they've been able to combo very well. So it would come down to them comboing through this. I think.
Yeah, LKM as well. Oh my god. Yeah, I was about to point out LKM as well as one of the potential player to look out for. Struggling a bit.
Yeah, they had a miss early on.
Yeah. And Charlie as well, to be fair. He does have a bit of a struggle.
This is Sky mostly though. The accuracy by him is a bit too low compared to everybody else, and China may just be able to recap and get that lead despite the miss at the very, very early beginning.
Yeah, Sky is just doing the combo game.
But there's a drop there by Kirchhoff on the transition, and that's going to give the United States another good lead here with a third only of the map being played here. Sky needs to hold the combo really because the accuracy is not great. They cannot really afford to miss at any point of this match, otherwise their score will crash faster than the Argentinian currency. So
oh my god, that jab. But it looks like Sky is still holding pretty well. But the 200s is not helping either. Now the score is back to China.
Oh, but there's the miss by Sky. No.
Oh no.
I see my currency going down, and I see Sky combo dropping. LKK does trade the miss though, so... Oh no, Charlie! Charlie! What are you doing? On the shield! On the very end of the hard part into the easy transition, they find a miss there, and that's gonna extend the lead even better for China. Thomas also drops. The US is just collapsing.
It's a team collapse. It's collapsing like the Vietnamese dog right now. Oh my god. And yeah, I think that's practically it. No combos on the US.
It's done and dusted. 100% of the time here is China will take their own protect here with a great score there by Classic. And a pretty good one as well by Kirchhoff, despite the misses, having the greatest accuracy on the Chinese team. Charlie struggled there on the transition in the break section. But even so, they cannot get a better score than Kirchhoff here. It is 4-2 in favor of the United States.
Yeah, very consolidated score from the Chinese team. Only 7,000 points separating the worst and the best player. And yeah, Tono, despite getting the best score, it was not enough. And now it's Rice Free. Yeah, this is a key point for the Chinese team. They have to win this. They must win this.
I mean, honestly, they kind of must win everything from now on.
They must win.
Because they will lose 5F 100% of the times.
Yeah, this is like playing on the hardest difficulty in a way. It's like
Rice 3 being selected here. Is the last Rice map remaining of the pool?
Yeah. So, it's not too bad. After this, if China does win this opens up so many new frontiers in this match. Because now
does it though? Because look, think about this. China wins this, United States gets a ban, they ban LN3, and China's forced to do the hybrids.
No, are you sure? Not. No, if China win this, right, and they ban LN3, I would not be able to listen to LN3 at all.
Oh no.
No.
I mean, if they lose this, they will probably pick it. But if they lose this, they probably lose the whole match.
Yeah. I have to put my personal preference aside.
Oh my god.
I want to see hybrid. I want to see how each of these teams does on hybrids, but they're getting ignored just throughout the whole match. This map is interesting. It's like life mapping. I think it's life mapping. I think that's what you call it.
I guess you could call it like that, yeah. It's a bit all over the place, pretty tricky to act.
It's very interesting though. It looks like Corjax, but it's not Corjax.
Oh, Classic finds the miss there at the very edge of the combo cap here, so they're also struggling quite a bit in accuracy, and the United States is going to take a pretty significant lead out of that mistake here. 15,000 points seems like it will be the amount of points that they will take with advantage here. And set to A here doing actually very well. The sort of... Oh my god, they find a huge miss. No, Charlie drops too! No!
Juan, what are you doing?
Oh, Classic drops though in compensation here to trade the second miss by the United States. They will stabilize this lead a little bit, but it was starting to look like they could lose it at any point. And now it's off the back of Tunnels, because they are holding the greatest accuracy and the only FC remaining on the United States. The accuracy by Classic is going down and down as time progresses. They are struggling with a very fast burst here, and FM and LLKKM cannot really afford to miss either. It will come down to the second half here. It's a 10,000 points lead for the United States, so they're looking quite comfortable. But if they find another double miss like we saw them in the past, it will be very, very bad for them.
Yeah, and the thing is that China only has one player that's struggling a bit, but the US, they have two players who got a combo break, so the chances are there. China can still take this back.
The lead is just extending here. Mostly of the back of the accuracy of the United States increasing as a whole. Charlie on the 99.66, set to A on the 99.45, and Tunnels playing its own game at 99.83 here. Insane team score here by the United States, who only needs to survive for a quarter of the song, and this is not what I want to see. I don't want to see any client freezes. Please, client, behave properly. Internet, please do not.
Oh God, no.
I don't like how this looks.
I don't like how this look either.
Twitch chat. Yep, this looks like another set to A drop, and I didn't want to call it early, but with that disconnection, this 100% again a win for the Chinese.
Oh.
This is essentially a battle of the internet rather than a battle of Mania.
No, not like this. No.
They could still reconnect. I mean, there's less than a quarter of the song remaining here, so.
Yeah, and Charlie and Tono close out the score with a really respectable accuracy as well. So I have to wait for. Oh my God, that ratio! What? Huh? Hello? What are you doing?
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's somewhat good, you know.
Scores are not submitted yet on the MP link, so we are still waiting for a miracle revival here by set to A.
Yeah. And this is not even a close case. Like, if he cannot submit the score, that's basically it for the US. We're waiting in. We're holding our breath while we're seeing the results.
There on the lobby now?
Huh. Oh, we'll just have to wait and see.
I'm just refreshing. Like, constantly refreshing, but there are no scores yet.
I am vibrating the F5 key right now as we're speaking.
See a plane from the Chinese team out of the lobby.
I mean they're just getting their lineup ready, but oh no. Doesn't look good right now. I think we might have to wait for like a couple of minutes, you know, like how that happened in Rise 2, where like
well, in this case we are so much closer to the ending that the odds of like set to A having a screenshot for the end result of the multiplayer lobby is something that could happen. Oh! What?
That's not what we want to see. That's definitely not what
I mentioned this on the what was it? On the showcase. This map kind of makes you
There's a score.
I mean,
there's a score. There is a score. There's a
it's submitted. 978k.
Yeah, I think that will go to the.
And you know what's very funny? The fact that both of the Chinese players decided to leave the lobby ended up making the set to a submit, but they didn't. So we need to check the results on the IRC client instead to calculate if China has enough points to win this.
I don't think so. Looking at that score, 978. That looks like, so. I think from calculations, right? The score gap between the US and China, they need to have two players scoring 985k. Yeah, they need two players scoring 985k, and that I don't think that's. But still, looks like it's refreshing again. No, okay. Yeah, I think this. Yeah. This is a US point if we're counting all the scores before.
Yeah, we see that all the scores have been submitted, as I mentioned initially, so we just need to do math to check who wins this. Although I'm pretty sure this is 100% a win for the United States here.
Yeah.
983 for LLKKM, 987 for FM, and 966 for Classic versus 994 by Tunnels, 983 by Charlie, and 978 by Set 2A. So Set 2A, which is the lowest score of the United States, beats the lowest score of the Chinese. And then if you do the comparison one by one, Charlie and LLKKM are essentially tied, and there is a big difference in favor of Tonos against FM777. So yes, that is not a 4-3. That is a 5-2 now.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that means that the US is now 5-2, 5-2 up, and they still have SV. It's hard to, it's a bit rough to say, it's already, kind of over in a way, but like, they have SV too. Like, that's just hard. I'm not sure how the Chinese team fare against the US when it comes to SV2.
Yeah, there goes the correction here on the points. It is essentially a win for the United States.
Yeah, and now
it is by about, I feel, 20k-ish points. So scoreline, despite the client showing that it's 4-3, it is now 5-2 in favor of the United States.
It's still a pretty good team score for China, though. In all honesty, it's just Classic having a bit of a struggle with a double FC from China.
So what does China pick here? Do they just go for LN3? Considering they won't have a ban against them now.
Yeah, I think LN3 is the only option here. Unless they want to, like, piss me off and pick, like, Hybrid 4 or something. If they pick Hybrid 4, I'm going to, like, leave the commentary booth.
Yeah, it's making my head hurt a little bit.
Yeah, this song does... Yeah, I do enjoy this song, but listened to many times does not go well.
There is the call by the referee, and now China gets to pick.
Yeah, and it's LN3! Yeah! Giant steps towards humanity as LN3 is being picked. I can't play this map, but like I love watching people try
happen to win. I feel
I
it's
think it's
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yes,
I
I believe it is Malaysia, US, and Philippines, Italy. So that's all they wrote for this matchup, which was quite the roller coaster, really. We had a lot of issues with submissions, connections, and environments. But at the end of the day, US was looking overall like the better team across the entirety of the challenges, I'll say. China looking like a great team in the LM department, but unfortunately not enough just with that to take down seed number 4, the United States.
Yeah, I mean, a quick shout out to Tunnels as well. Absolutely performing when needed. Quite a lot of the points, the closer points, were just determined by the fact that Tuna was just straight apart carrying, getting like 10,000 points more than the second highest performing scorer. So, yeah, a big shout out to him. And, you know, one of the main reasons why US got to top 6 in this tournament.
It's kind of interesting because we have all top 6 seeds except for one, and that one is being replaced by Italy. Philippines is seed number 5, US is 4, Malaysia is 3, or rather Taiwan is 3, Malaysia is 2, Vietnam is 1, Philippines is 5. So I believe the team that was number 6 was Indonesia? No, Indonesia was 9.
Indonesia's
no,
9.
It was Thailand, right?
Yeah, this was the Asian team. I think it was Thailand or Canada's 8. I remember Canada's 8. So yeah, it's Thailand. I'm pretty sure it's Thailand. And they got that is such a stacked bracket. Thailand, China, US, and only one of them can make it through.
Yeah, and Brazil as well.
And Brazil as well.
Yeah. Despite them having the lowest seed on the semifinals coming up, like they were playing out of their mind.
Yeah, with 2 tiebreaker wins throughout the whole tournament, they should be proud as well. But unfortunately, that is that. And congratulations to the top 6 teams that will be playing in the finals. Do you have anything else to say before the match is closed?
I mean, just stay tuned for the Maple Showcase. I believe it's going to happen a little bit earlier than usual this time, so that will be 4 hours from now, 20 UTC. So, yeah, I mean, stay tuned for that one. Finals Maple is looking quite insane, and only 6 teams remains. Next weekend, we'll have great action, and it's kind of sad to say and to think that we only have 2 more weeks of 4DM.
Yeah, that's kind of sad actually. It was so packed with like action and all sorts of crazy stories, and now we're down just to 6 teams and 7 matches, 6 matches. Yeah, 6 matches. Only 6 matches is what is the remaining matches for this tournament, the end of 4DM. What a journey we have been through.
I mean, we could get 7 if there is a bracket reset, of course, but
there's chance of a bracket reset as well. So 6 or 7, depending on the bracket reset.
Oh well, I guess we can call it then for today, at least in the match department. I hope to see you all, people, for the Maple Showcase in a couple hours. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I hope you enjoyed the semifinals of the 4-Digit Mania World Cup.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Let's go to see the stars and the moon. I'd fly far into space as long as I am with you. The